Good morning, fam. I definitely feel like the people I'm connecting to this morning are going to be people that, if you're connected with me, like it feels like we're family. So I don't know. You can take that or leave it. But this is my channel, Spiritual Teacher for You. I'm here to do an energy reading, give an energy update, kind of tell you what's been going on, maybe give some insight into your situation if you are connecting with me and you're here now. Of course, a stronger way to connect with me would be to subscribe, comment, and like the videos that I put out. This just kind of strengthens that energetic bond. And so it gives out a signal saying, hey, guides, I resonate with this person and I feel like she may have messages for me. So, yeah, anyways, moving on. So, something that when I was getting ready for this reading, I was about to put on some gold earrings to match the gold necklace that I have on, which is the Merkaba. Sorry, Metatron's Cube. Interesting. Merkaba and Metatron's Cube to me have like similar energies. And then on the back of this is the Flower of Life. I will say though that the Flower of Life is a little tarnished. And so I tend to wear it on this side. So that's interesting. Something here about being ashamed of our shadowy side, our more tainted side, and always putting up the shiny parts of us forward, which we don't need to do. In fact, I'm going to turn that around and use the tarnished side, and you probably can't even tell on camera. So anyways, and then I was gonna wear some gold earrings, and when I moved some other earrings out of the way to get to the gold earrings, I saw the dragonflies, and I was like, those are the ones I meant to wear. And they do have a little bit of shininess to them. You can't really see it on camera, but anyways, dragonflies are about transformation. I keep feeling spirit go, stay on point, stay on point. Transformation and um what else am I getting? That the fact that they are similar to flies, but we revere dragonflies in a much better way. But they're down in the swamp just like any other little bug or creature, right? So why do we revere dragonflies so spiritually, so deeply? We put them on a pedestal. Interesting. Okay. So the energy of putting someone on a pedestal is here. Maybe someone's putting you on a pedestal. I'm not sure. Um the other thing is I was literally um making coffee in a black mug when all of a sudden I noticed this mug that said "Be fierce" and it has cheetahs on it. And I'm like, that's the mug I'm using this morning. That's what's the energy is. The colors, everything just called to me. And I'm so I know I can feel the yellow and orangeness. I feel the energy of yellow and orange, which to me is always and now I look over and I see my orange bottle of cleaner over there. So orange things are really popping out to me, which is related to the sacral chakra. And so that's where our creative flow is. And so there's really this energy of allowing the flow. And sometimes to allow the flow, we've got to make the first move, right? To allow the flow, there's something here about doing something you've been avoiding to allow the flow. So until you do that thing that you've been avoiding, or until you look into the thing that you've been avoiding because you think it's gonna, I don't know. I don't know what it is that we avoid and procrastinate because we think something's going to be way harder, or we fear what it might uncover, or we might have to do some hard work and we don't wanna. So there's something here about go ahead and do it. Go ahead and get into whatever you're needing to do, and then that will allow the floodgates to open, okay? Have I ever said how much I love coffee? Coffee? Anybody want a cup of coffee? Okay. All right. I feel ancestral presence here. So your ancestors are here. I feel mine here. these are messages they're definitely wanting you to understand. So tune in if you're still here at 5 minutes and 5 seconds, which is very interesting that I just see 5:05. Then stay tuned and we'll see what's going to come out. I'm getting third eye stuff here. I'm also getting I don't know what I'm getting, honestly. So let's see. Ooh, 4 of Wands. Nice. And then 5 of Wands. So we have 4 of Wands and 5 of Wands. I see this as the honeymoon period may be over. Somebody has said that, like, the honeymoon period's over, and now here comes the trauma, the baggage, the flaws, the insecurities, the doubts, the fears. They're all coming forward now. The honeymoon period is over, so now the baggage is coming forward. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with it? What have you always done in the past? I ask that because it feels like this is different. This feels like if you do what you've done in the past, you're just continuing to repeat a cycle. So those of you tuning in right now, you may be in a situation where you are with someone and it's like the connection was so good and it was so good for so long, and then all of a sudden things are starting to be weird, or things are starting to just like they may say something, it's like, excuse me, like, what? It's like there's something there that's like, okay. So I feel like couples kind of biting at each other, arguing, getting offended easily, getting triggered easily. Yeah, this is that energy. Also, it's a Mercury retrograde, but whatever. A lot of people, I used to be like, oh God, it's a Mercury retrograde. And I gave it so much power over me, when really the Mercury retrograde it's just to make you slow down. It's to make you stop and slow down. For example, yesterday I was heading towards the bank to go do something that was gonna, it was just something that would be a new something. I don't know. On the way there, my car goes kaput. So I never made it there, but I was able to get home safely. We're all good. And yet I'm like, I was just totally derailed. And normally in the past, I would have cried. I would have been like, what's going on? What? Just got so upset. I know, dramatic, right? And then I was just like, okay. It is, if this is happening, it's out of my control. I'm just going to go with it. There was literally a mechanic 2 minutes away from where I pulled over. It all worked out. My mother-in-law came and picked me up. My car's being worked on right now. I have another car I can rely on. It's like the universe didn't send me anything I couldn't handle, and that's the energy I feel for you guys. I know I talk about my life a lot. I feel like I have been lately anyways, a lot on here, because I feel like whatever wants to come out that relates to me, I feel like it relates to you. So there may be something coming up in your life that kind of derails something completely, and you're still trying to push towards the thing you were going for. And I'm feeling like, and it's not that I'm not going to go to the bank and do what I need to do. I'm going to do that, but the timing wasn't right yesterday. So I have to trust in that. And that's what I feel Spirit really encouraging you, your ancestors really encouraging you, like, hey, yes, that will come in, but it's not the right time. There's still other things that need to happen first, okay? So really trust in this energy that's coming up during this Mercury retrograde. Trust in the things that don't go according to plan. Trust that when technology doesn't work, it's meant to. And in those moments is when you are supposed to take that and go, what am I feeling right now? What do I need? What is my gut telling me? All right, Spirit, I'm connecting with you. Go out and connect with nature. Allow clarity to come. There was a brief moment where I knew I was going to have to deal with the car stuff alone. My husband was at work. I couldn't expect him to drop everything he was doing and come. And it's like, girl, you are a woman. Nobody's going to come save you. But in all actuality, several people did save me. So, so it's like, once I chose, like, okay, you've got this. Don't panic. Everything's fine. You're safe. Your car's okay. Like, everything's fine. It's like, once I kind of mothered myself, I never got into that like extreme, like, oh my God, what do I do? And panic and freak out. It just all worked out, right? The star. That is definitely the energy I'm feeling. Like, this is the time where, oh, I'm getting like all this chaos maybe happening around you, or it feels a little chaotic, but you just keep going. You keep shining. You keep being yourself. You know, I had a good old time with the mechanic I went and saw. Like, it's like I met this new person that I had never known before, you know? So I just feel like there's a purpose to the chaos, and there's this need to trust it. Okay. And it's like they wanted you to understand. If I just came on this reading and said, the honeymoon phase is over, you're going to start noticing things that trigger you, but just keep moving forward. I could have said that in less than 30 seconds, you know, but whoever's tuning in here, you work better when you completely understand the energy. So me explaining what the energy was like in my own experience allows you to understand what the energy may be like in your own experience. So I do feel that someone here is going through this actively, and you're just like, what is happening? You know, nothing I'm trying to do is going according to plan. And I don't know what to do anymore. Good. Don't do anything anymore. Trust in the fact that nothing's going according to plan. Trust in the fact that you're being derailed. Okay. Yeah, for 7 of Wands here. That's so funny. I've gotten a lot in readings lately. The 5 of Wands will come out, and then the 7 of Wands will come out after it. Almost like there's this time where you're figuring out how to handle these energies around you. And I see you handling it with a lot of power and confidence, and being able to take on these things coming at you that may in the past have just totally thrown you off. So you're now looking at things as, okay, well, this is happening. What can I control in this situation? Am I safe? Yes, I'm safe. Okay, no need to panic. No need to get out of sorts. You are safe. So your root chakra here is kind of solidifying itself. And because it's solidifying itself, you're able now to approach situations from a different place. And now that's where the sacral chakra is coming back in. Where your creative flow can actually flow because you're not trying to survive. You're not thinking that the whole world is going to blow up, you know? I feel like, and I think I'm going to upset people here, or I don't know. I always think that and then it never happens. But people who are preppers, so they basically prep for an astrological event taking, you know, like an astronomical event taking place to where our supplies will be cut off and, you know, blah, blah, blah. So they sit here and prep. But what's happening is they're focusing on that there will be lack, and so they're trying to hoard, and so that they don't have to worry about it. And you know, movies have really solidified that fear. It's a fear. It's coming from a place of fear. And so I feel like that hoarding, that prepping mentality. Yeah, listen, I'm not saying don't prep for situations. Please do what feels right to you. But there's a balance. You know, people who went and bought 20 packs of toilet paper so that they could wipe their butt during the the shortage there. Those people, you know, it's an out of balance, because what's happening is you're taking, and then anyways, they don't want me to go into that. I feel the energy being like cut off right there. So someone here kind of has that prepper mentality, and spirits want me to say, yes, prep, but you don't need a whole garage full of stuff to prep. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars on things to prep for this doomsday event. That is this mentality that all things are going to go to hell and we're going to be left with nothing. And it's like, how many centuries have people been thinking that? Have things happened that, sure. But I feel like the preppers I'm tuning into are the ones that have seen like zombie apocalypse movies, and then it's like they want to prep for that extreme measure. I ain't gonna be the one. So anyways, there's that. And then we got Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, so they really want us to come into this well, first of all, they want us to nurture ourselves. I feel that coming forward very strongly, like wanting to nurture and mother ourselves, and to understand that you are safe, you are secure, you are stable with that solid root chakra and the leveling up that I feel like you've done. You're okay. You're guided. You're supported. You have a team around you that's ready to just send down help whenever you need it. Just like yesterday, the mechanic's son came and put water in my engine, and then literally guided me back to the shop because I was like, I'm not sure where it's at. I've never been there. And he had somewhere else to go, but he led me there anyways. And then even pulling in, the guy who owned the shop was doing this. Come on in. I'm telling y'all, like, it was like this situation came up, this exact situation. And it's like they wanted me to experience that so that I could tell you. So someone here is experiencing something that they're not sure about. I feel your energy of like, oh my God. I in the past, I would panic here. I would get upset, but I can't do that. I cannot do that. I don't want to live my life like that anymore. I am a grown person. I can breathe. I'm safe. I'm okay. Call for help. There's something here about asking for help. I called my husband, of course. Part of me didn't want to bother him because he was at work. I told him later that I almost didn't call him. He goes, please call me. Like, don't ever think you can't call me. And I was like, okay. It's just like, I had all these fears and ideas about asking for help. And now it's like, people who love you want you to ask them for help. So this is really moving from this lack mentality, this fear-based mentality, into this confident, secure-based mentality of knowing that things are okay, help is on the way, and you are the Queen of Pentacles, okay? You are solid, you are secure, everything's going to be fine. I promise you. All right, let's get something else. 1833 on the timer there. I do feel like I want to end kind of early here. So I'm going to get, well, two more cards came out. Interesting. The King of Swords came out face down. I mean, like face up, straight up, upright. Very strong energy coming from the King of Swords. And then the Empress reversed comes out. So your divine feminine. I need a clarifying card, Spirit. They want me to go slow. Breathe. And now they want me to turn the Empress card around. And that is exactly the process. They were like, okay, let's turn this Empress upside down and we'll see what she does with it. And you saw what I did. Okay, I don't know all the information, so I'm going to breathe, slow down, and then I immediately felt the urge to turn it upright. It's like that's what you're going to have to do when these situations come up. Take a deep breath, calm yourself. It's okay. You're going to have to choose to trust. Okay? The number 3 is coming out here. That Empress number. Heart chakra's coming out here. Ooh, yeah. There's definitely, I feel someone who's having to be vulnerable right now in love. They're having to be vulnerable. And in the past, being vulnerable meant pain and rejection. But when you chose to be vulnerable in the past, it was from a place of fear still. It was like, okay, I'm going to be vulnerable. And you expected something bad to happen. This is being vulnerable because you've never done it before. This is being vulnerable because you're not sure how it's going to go, but it's like in the past you were vulnerable and knew what was going to happen. And your body expected it and it received it. And so it confirmed to you like, oh, whenever I'm vulnerable, I get rejected. I get criticized. I get, like all these negative feedback loops were happening. And now I feel you being vulnerable in a very much more intricate, intimate way of going, I'm on a new level of life. I love the love. I love the direction my life is going in. I want it to continue to go in that direction. Even though I have no clue what this is. I've never been at this point in my life before, but I've made it to somewhere in my life that I've never been here before. And so there's this just trust of knowing that you've leveled up. And so with this leveled up comes protection. And so you're almost kind of taking your armor off in front of the big dragon that's facing you. And you're just looking at it like, here I am. Devour me. If I'm meant to be devoured, I'm meant to be devoured. But here I am. All of me. Here I am. And the dragon just looks at you, does his little puff of smoke out his nose, and then I just see him lifting back up like, respect. That was some pretty cool imagery in my head just now. 22, 20, 30. It was 22, 29. I saw it switch to 30. So those numbers are very significant here. And that 3, there's that 3 again. And next to the 22, this is you realizing who you are. This is who you are. The Empress, realizing who you are and just looking at things head on and going, I'm not an expert. I've never done this before, but here we are. It's actually a really cool energy. It's kind of like going, let's do this. You know what? I'm tired of being scared. Let's just do it. Let's see what happens. And if I get devoured by the dragon, I get devoured. It was my time to go, It's just this surrendering, this acceptance of having to be vulnerable. You have to be vulnerable. 3 of Wands. There's that 3 again. Again? Again. So someone here must have watched Handmaid's Tale. And I probably have even heard you've probably said, I just know you're someone who've been like, we're heading towards the Handmaid's Tale. First of all, that will never happen. Well, I won't say never, maybe in some other reality, but in my reality, yeah, no. So the Handmaid's Tale, they were given a new name. The maids were given a new name, and it'd be of, and then their owner's last name. So just now when I said again, it reminded me of the Handmaid's Tale. So there's something about ownership here. Something about a last name and ownership. So I feel someone looking at marriage is like, yeah, oh my God, that's so funny. Looking at marriage as like a ball and chain, or that you're property, or that you own, like they're yours now, And so someone I feel is trying to break out of that, or they're trying to kind of therapize themselves into accepting the fact that they're married. I don't know. There's just like an avoidance of wanting to be chained and tied to someone, and that also comes from a lack, a fear, a lack. Like in the past, marriage might have been bad for you, and so you look at marriage as just this ball and chain, you know. um okay, spirit, what direction are you want me to go in there? So if you've been with someone for a while, and let's just say 5 years, okay? That is enough time. Spirit's saying this. That is enough time to know if you are going to keep choosing that person, right? That's enough time to know if what they trigger in you and what you trigger in them is something y'all can get through together. Because after 5 years, that honeymoon phase is over. Okay. If you lasted 5 years and you still have not seen any cracks, whoo, that person's got a lot. Or you, somebody, y'all. I don't know. Maybe you've made it. Maybe you're in a relationship where y'all have made it and you've come to this point of, um, yeah. Okay. They want me to stop there. There was dust on the mic and I blew some dust off the mic. That's interesting. Something about the voice there speaking up. But anyway, so yeah, 5 years. And so there's something here about, I don't know. They don't want me to keep going. Wow. Okay. I'm like trying to, and then the energy just falls off and I can't get something to come through. It's not blocked energy. It's just they don't want me to talk about that. That's so weird. Okay. Anything else, Spirit, for the time I said this is going to be a short reading and then 9 minutes later? King of Cups and then the Ten of Wands. So definitely a completed cycle on some emotional, like I feel like your emotions are something that have sabotaged you in the past, and this is actually, you're realizing your emotions are part of how to navigate life, okay? So there's definitely a leveling up I see happening with how your emotions come through. All right, 4 cards just popped on out. And we've got the 7 of Pentacles reversed, the Ace of Wands, the 5 of Swords, and then the 3 of Cups. Okay. Somebody here, I think, licks their lips a lot. Like, I just lick my lips. Like, it kind of reminds me of when I was a cheerleader back in the day, like elementary. And when we were getting our uniforms made by this little old lady, she would lick her lips a lot. And it reminds me of that. So I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that energy is. Okay. So the 7 of Pentacles being reversed definitely feels like this, you know, when it's upright, this is like really investing in yourself, investing in something that you believe in. When it's reversed, that's like ignoring it, or being, it feels like ignoring something you need to invest in, or like you're not putting a lot of energy there, or this is not feeling worthy of investing in yourself. And I also feel that you're scared that everything you've done up until now, like it feels like you've gotten to this point and you're scared to move on, because the point you're at right now is kind of like this safe zone, like nothing's really happening, so you don't have to be scared and anxious, you know? It's like, oh, okay, nothing's happening, I don't have to worry about anything. No, that's blocking the flow. You need to, there comes that energy again of stepping towards it, stepping towards it. And here comes Ace of Wands, which is that energy of moving forward with passion, creativity, ideas. Yes. And there may be someone who shuts down your ideas. That's okay. Not every idea is meant to be manifested. Um, I do feel that there's knowledge you because I was sitting forward, the light was shining so brightly I couldn't quite see this 5 of Swords. I leaned back and I realized that there are people walking away looking disappointed. Oh, that's what it is. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so as you keep shining your light, you keep showing up authentically, you keep moving towards your dreams, there are going to be people who are disappointed because they can't use you like they used to. There are going to be people that walk away from you and be disappointed, be hurt by your actions, but that's because they're coming from a place of, well, they were basically when you were around, they didn't have to work on themselves because you were this light. You made them feel good. Everything made sense around you. So they wanted more and more of you because it made them feel like they were actually moving towards their goals. But then when you left their life, they were left like going, wait a second. I feel like I'm in the dark. I'm having to rely on my own self. I can't just go and ask them for advice. And then the 3 of Cups to me is like the new tribe coming in that has done the healing, that has, looked at themselves in the dark, that has really done the inner work and has chosen the healing path. And those are the people, just your people, the people who've done the work, who've leveled up, who want to continue to move forward in this world. Those are the people that you're attracting in right now. There's that 3 again. When you become Empress, you're magnetic. You're magnetic and you're magnetizing to you all the things that the Empress embodies, which is you, everything you embody. Okay, now they're saying I can end the reading and they want me to end on a Bob Ross card. Actually, what? They're saying no, we won't. An animal card, but my moon cards were also calling out to me, so I'm not going to deny them even though I want to because I feel rushed all of a sudden, but I'm going to trust the energy flow here. All right, we're going to start with the moon cards. So what does the moon, and right now we're heading to a new moon. Is the new moon today? New moon, November 20th. That's tomorrow. Okay. But it says at 1:47. So actually, the peak of the new moon is tonight at 1:47 a.m. But the new moon energy is here already. So I'm getting for some of you that like to do rituals and energy work, that doing a new moon manifestation ritual will be very beneficial to you. And I do have a video out of me doing a new moon manifestation jar. And I also had a full moon manifestation jar release that I did as well. So you can just look on my channel. I will post the links down in the description below. And so, yeah, you can see how you can kind of do that. I'm feeling like I can't tell if I want to do a new moon manifestation jar, or I think what I'm going to do for this new moon, you guys. Yeah, this feels right to me. I'm going to paint. I feel like tonight when I get home from doing the things that I'm going to come in here and paint. Yeah. I'm feeling like to manifest that I need to get creative. Or maybe I will, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see tonight. I never know. So that could be for someone here that instead of like getting creative in a manifestation ritual kind of way, they want you to just tap into creativity and that will allow the flow. Okay. So you don't have to do a ritual to get the energy going. You can just do what feels good in the moment. All right. What does the new moon want to tell us? What does the Moonology cards want to tell us at this time? We've got 2 cards popping out here. 3 cards, excuse me. Of course, the moon is mysterious and has more than I thought there was. Be bold and make the first move. I love this. Be bold and make the first moon. Cardinal moon. Interesting. And it's got that red in it, almost like a cardinal. I was definitely getting cardinal here, which of course I don't see birds like I used to. They've gotten quiet. They're not flying around like they were, but it's like the cardinal wanted to know that it's still there and I can connect with it and you can connect with it. And the cardinal brings messages of loved ones. The fiery redness of them reminds me of the root chakra. The fact that they are love birds, that they mate for life and they take care of each other and feed each other. I didn't know this was a love reading, but of course it is. A win-win outcome is forecast. A win-win outcome. That's what I'm saying. Be vulnerable. Libra, full moon in Libra. Be vulnerable. It's a win-win. Nothing will come out of this situation. Void of course moon. Well, that's weird that a win-win outcome is forecast and then nothing will come of this situation. Oh, so there must be something you're worried about. And I feel that there's like someone you're worried about and there's no need to be worried. Like I feel like the things you're worried about are paranoia and beliefs from an old life, from an old relationship that you're putting on to someone. That's not true. Okay. Nothing's going to come of that situation. And then my animal cards are wanting me to come out as well. Those did not shuffle. Interesting. There we go. So there's a message there of when something doesn't happen the best way the first time, try again. Try again. Get up and try again. What did you learn from the first time mistakes or first time energy of something? And then don't do that the next time or learn from it, right? What we're always teaching our kids. Fox and lion. Ooh, ooh, ooh. The fox and the lion. And I've got cheetah on this mug. Be effing fierce. Go forward in confidence. The lion here is about control. Of course, Leo energy's coming through there. I'm also hearing lioness, so I'm getting that divine feminine. If you have moderate aggressive impulses, this is an invitation to control your temper. You are encouraged. That's what I'm saying. And this doesn't have to be anger. Remember me saying that I would just explode when something like my car breaking down would happen. I would just, it's the same thing. But this time we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Okay. You are encouraged to explore how to express your needs or thoughts more openly and constructively to reduce your level of frustration. What is constructive, okay? And Leo's, that's fiery energy. So I am picking up on fire signs here. Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. So there may be an explosive nature that happens. And so it's really about taking a breath. Spirits really want me to still that home. Like take a breath. That will help tremendously. Yes. And then the fox is for opportunities. You must be quick to move out of your comfort zone, especially when the situation calls for immediate responsiveness and flexibility. Y'all, this is affirming all the energy I'm feeling. Open your mind to new ways of doing things. Once you do, get ready for good luck and opportunities to come your way. Just like I was willing to not panic and freak out and take a deep breath and do things in a calm way. And here comes opportunity. So I'm not trying to brag. I don't ever want to come off as braggadocious or anything like that. About my situations. I just feel that happened yesterday, and the energy of everything that happened with that whole situation, what was to be able to come forward here and deliver these messages in the most accurate way, having been through it myself. Okay. So you guys, I know I hate it when people say this to me, But I feel so strongly to say, if I can do it, if I can do it, you can do it. Trust me. Trust me, okay? All right, I'm going to sign off here. Spiritual teacher for you. If you do resonate with me and this resonate with you, please feel free to reach out through Facebook or Instagram to get a personal reading from me. And then I can do much deeper messages and connect with you specifically and give messages directly to you. Okay. So, yeah, that's it, you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.